Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm back and wait a minute. And yeah, now the audio will be good. So today we are here with the topic how to study, 12 hours a day. So let's start with the topic. And first of all, I objected on making a video on this topic because it doesn't matter how many hours you study, all that matters is how much work you get done. But since one of you commented on making a video, so I'm here with this. So let's start. First thing you have to keep in mind is 12 hours seems, half your day. It seems like a really big target. But instead of that, you should divide those 12 hours into blocks. 12 hours may sound crazy, but 4 blocks, they are just easy as anything, So always make blocks, study blocks, and further divide those study blocks on the basis of subjects, and then further subdivide them on the basis of theory, homework, backlog, and question practice. And yeah, on the basis of that, you can further subdivide them, and following this, you can get a lot more efficiency than you expect. I feel that is one thing. And second thing is that, studying 12 hours a day is not rocket science, but it is also not a piece of cake. So when you study, this much amount of time for this much amount of time during your day, what happens is that your brain gets, flooded with all the information. So in order to manage that, I would say you have to spend some time alone. You have to spend some time alone in nature. You have to go out, and particularly I am emphasizing on the fact, on the word nature, because that's very important. When you are in connect with the nature, when you respect the nature around you, uh, you go a long way. That's one of my philosophies, what I believe. So always spend time with the nature, be it 1 hour, be it 30 minutes, be it 15 minutes, doesn't matter, but spend time, be around greenery, be around, just nature, I would say, because that's very important when you are preparing for such a huge exam, when you are aiming for something that is very hard to reach. And then I would say, and yeah, in this point, I would also like to, cover the point that you have to wake up early in the morning, just around the time of sunrise. And whenever you wake up, look over to the sun and just try to absorb the energies it emits. And as science students, we all know that that energies do exist and sun do emit energy, so why not leverage that? So that's one thing. So second point was spending some time with nature. And then we move on to is that you have to refrain from social media. You have to refrain from your phone, because that's the biggest distraction we have. And there was this great entrepreneur. He is a 31-year-old entrepreneur. I don't remember his name, but he recently sold his company for $110 million. Yeah. And he was not daddy's money, so, things like that. But he said one thing, that uh, in entrepreneurship, in doing business, if you want to get more things done, a lot of things done, then you have to get off social media. That's very important. That's one thing that you need to do. And I think as is the case in business, so is the case in studies. You have to cut yourself from all social media, because that is the biggest distraction we have in our world. If we cut off, we can increase our productivity by over, I think, 100% sometimes. Yeah, and sometimes people have increased their productivity by 200% even. So you have to cut off social media. And while you study, you take breaks, right? And when you take breaks, what you do, you use your phone. So I would say that's not a good thing. Instead of using your phone, listen to some songs. And rather than listening, I would say sing some songs, because when you actively do things, when you actively engage in things rather than passively engaging in them, I think that's more beneficial for you. Yeah, so that is one thing, that refrain from your phone during study breaks, and also cut off from all social media. And then after something should be there, the driving factor should be there. So for that, I would say reward yourself at the end of every day after completing your target. Yeah, after completing your target, reward yourself, be it a sweet dessert, be it anything, come on, but not something that's detrimental to you, that's detrimental for your health, for your uh, academics. Don't do all those things. Like come on, you can spend some time with your friends, you can have a treat, you can go for a walk, anything, any of those things, reward yourself. Like you have a motivation, okay, if I complete 12 hours a day, if I complete all my to-do list, those 4 hour study blocks, I can have this. That's your driving motivation. And then I would say one more thing that's very important is that visual things are more valuable in the eyes of humans as compared to things that don't exist. So for that, I would say that you have to study 12 hours. So do one thing that I don't know if the environmentalists will get mad at me for saying this, but take paper, or most probably newspaper and cut it into 12 parts. Okay, newspaper, small parts, chits. And then what you do is that take a jar, and when you study for 1 hour, put one chit. Okay, then second hour, put the second chit, third hour, third chit, and like this, keep on doing. So whenever you are, you get distracted, you are like, oh, let me leave this, I don't want to do this, I don't have any motivation. You look at those chits, okay, six of these chits are remaining, I have completed six, yani I'm done with 50% of my job. If I do 50%, I can have whatever I have kept as my reward. And by the time it starts collecting, it starts compounding in the jar, you feel like after a month, if you'll see like, okay, that's the amount of time I have invested in my studies, and that's why I deserve a good rank. And that, you know that thing, mentally, on a mental level, it suits you. I think on a mental level, it makes you calm. You're like, okay, if my competitors are doing this much, I'm also doing this much, I'm no less than them. So why will I not get selected? I've done everything just like that, and that's a good thing, I feel. And then I think let's move on to something else. So yeah, study groups. So let me, the study groups. I think this is the differentiating factor between those toppers and the ones who get ranks in 10,000s, is that they have good study groups. When you are surrounded with toppers, you surround yourself with four toppers, you will be the fifth one. Surround yourself with four losers, you will be the fifth one. That's how the saying goes, right? So surround yourself with good friends, those who work hard, those who may not be that smart, but they are willing to work hard to compensate for that smartness that they don't have. So surround yourself with them, and yeah, that's one thing. And yeah, I would say that, for focus on your general well-being. If you eat well, sleep well, and take care of yourself, because that's also important. Because if you don't eat well, if you don't take care of yourself, yeah, most importantly, stay hydrated. That's very, very, very important, because your brain is approximately 80% water. I'm not good in biology. If that's wrong, please forgive me. But it's approximately 80% water, so that's important. Stay hydrated. Drink at least, I would say, 5 to 6 liters of water per day, because that's very important. So focus on your general well-being, because that's also important. If you're not fit, if you're not mentally, physically, if you're not feeling fit, you won't be able to study. That's the thing. So focus on your general well-being. That's also very important. And you know when you follow all these things, over time you'll see the results. You'll not see the result in 1 day, you'll not see the result in 5 days. No, it will take some time. It will take 15 days, 30 days. When you start seeing the results, you're like, okay, now I think that becomes a driving factor at that point of time. Like, okay, I've come this far, I can go more. I can, if I'm studying 12 today, from the last 1 month, I can study 16. And you see the possibility, you know so just just put in everything you've got. And I don't have words. Just put in everything that you've got, and when you put in everything, when you give your absolute best, the universe will reward you. So bye bye. That's all. Bye bye, because I don't have anything left to say. That's all. I think this video helps you. So let's connect the other day. Bye bye. Take care of yourself.